My name is Joshua Thank you all for being here today. I'm a member of the 3% United Patriots. Over the last few years, I've met and talked to many of you, even though I haven't you personally. Many of you in the Patriot movement, so many wonderful and caring people. I'm proud to call each and every one of you family. Not by blood or color of our skin, or our religious beliefs or non-religious beliefs, but our common love for ideas of what it means to truly be an American. We're all gathered here and across this nation today at our capitals to show our support for our constitutional republic, specifically our Second Amendment. For far too long, our Second Amendment has been under attack. There has been so much blame on individuals and groups like the NRA that it's their fault or specific gun's fault. That's not the case. It is the individual who heartlessly and savagely committed a crime or atrocity. For the majority of us, we are law-abiding citizens. We are patriots. We are hunters. We're just common individuals who wish to protect ourselves and our families from the criminal element or the next mass shooter. We have made our choice not to be a victim, to stand against all enemies, foreign and domestic, to preserve our liberties and our freedoms. The majority of us are not anti-government, we are anti-tyranny. Bill after bill has been introduced to yet infringe on the Second Amendment. States and towns are now creating laws to disarm law-abiding citizens, while nothing has been done to further enforce the laws we already have. The criminals who break the law day in and day out, whereas the law's on them. Places like Deerfield, Illinois say you need to get rid of a certain type of weapon or be fined $1,000 today. That is a direct definition of government tyranny. Thomas Jefferson said, "No free man shall ever be debarred the use of arms." This does not give anyone the right to tell us what arms we are not allowed to have. As George Washington said, a free people ought not only be armed and disciplined, but they should have sufficient arms and ammunition to maintain a status of independence from any who might attempt to abuse them, which would include their own government. For me, it's clear. I've made my choice. The Constitution is the guide which I will never abandon. We are a constitutional republic. We the people protect our individual liberty. Far too long, we have let others put their interpretation on the Second Amendment while completely ignoring our Ninth Amendment, which states the enumeration in the Constitution for certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. One person's interpretation cannot supersede others based on their opinion. This is the amendment protecting all the others that come before it. And individual liberty should always come first. We are a nation of laws. The Second Amendment is non-negotiable or debatable. It reads, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Infringed means to encroach upon in a way that violates law or the rights of another. Any laws against our Second Amendment is infringement and will not be tolerated. We cannot and will not stand quietly by while our political leaders continue to restrict our liberties and freedoms. Some of them want more gun laws while they completely ignore others. How can that be acceptable? We will vote them out. They will realize that the American people are tired of their lawlessness. If we do not continue to stand up for our rights and our freedoms, I fear for our children and our children's children. What life will they have? Will they be free? Or will they be persecuted for voicing their opinion? Too many men and women have died for this great nation in the name of freedom to allow a repeal of any amendment. The sacrifices they have made and continue to make shall not be disgraced by the constant attack on our constitutional republic. We the people thank you. All those who have served and continue to serve in honor of this great nation. Thank you, veterans. If there's any here today, thank you. Benjamin Franklin said, "Any society that will give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deserve either or lose both." Thomas Jefferson said, "If a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obligated to do so." And I feel that way about the Second Amendment and others. Freedom of speech, I mean, we've all seen the news. I cannot speak for the rest of you, but I will not follow any more unjust laws. I will fight for my rights as an American, people's rights. I will always fight and stand for freedom and liberty in its true form until my last breath. I thank you all for coming today. Please be safe and stay the true course.
By calling for more legislation and going as far as outright bans, just as like we've seen in Deerfield, Illinois and Highland Park, Illinois. We've heard many say, "We don't want to take your guns away." The next day, the rhetoric says different. They claim our founding fathers had no idea what the future would hold when it came to weaponry. We shouldn't be allowed to possess a semi-automatic firearm. The notion from those who wish to dismantle our rights based upon an appearance of a firearm rather than its functionality. It's absurd. The Second Amendment wasn't written to preserve hunting or whatever else someone claims. It was written with clear intention as described in the Federalist Papers. The Second Amendment is our tool to take back our government when it becomes tyrannical and is no longer for the people, by the people. People fail to realize the Constitution is in place to protect our rights from the government. And if we follow along and allow this to happen, we will no longer have the tools to stop them from stripping our rights further. I find it extremely sickening that we as a society continually attack a tool when it comes to gun crimes instead of the individual who chooses that tool. We don't blame cars for drunk driving deaths. We don't blame, or we blame the driver. We can take it a step further and say we don't blame cars for texting and driving deaths. We blame the driver. We don't blame bombs for bombings. We blame the individual who uses the bomb. We don't blame knives for stabbings. We blame the individual who uses the knife. Statistics clearly state that the so-called assault rifle is a minor blip when it comes down to it. In fact, hammers have killed more people statistically than a firearm than an assault rifle. It's extremely troubling that those who wish to push these assault rifle bans can't even tell us what an assault rifle is. A modern sporting rifle they claim the modern sporting rifle has no purpose but to kill. We all know if you shot one, it's not a high-powered rifle. We can use them to hunt. The Armalite Rifle Design 15, AR-15, is one of the easiest firearms to learn to shoot. It's one of the easiest to hunt with. It's one of the easiest to defend yourselves with. The only people that are out here claiming we shouldn't have these want to take them away from us and say they're militarized, that only law enforcement and military should have them. But they're the same people saying that law enforcement shouldn't have them. But where do we stand? Then I'm going to end it real quick and short and sweet. Rights don't change because technology advances. And if this was the case, we wouldn't have free speech anymore. It wouldn't be protected via text, email, cell phones, texting, whatever. I'm going to leave you with this quote from Thomas Jefferson. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin 3% Commander, Colonel Mark Groom. everybody for coming up today. I'm glad to see you guys come out. Those who stayed home, I guess that's what they want to do. But it just shows the integrity of my people that I have here in Wisconsin to show today. And I'm not going to stand up here and thump your drum about the same thing about the AR-15 being taken away and all this other stuff. I'm just going to tell you guys, if they come to take our weapons, I'm going to stand and fight. I will not go violating into the night. I just want all of you guys to be there when we call. Thank you. God bless you all for coming. And I want everybody to have a safe trip home. God bless.
Okay, so this video is going to be posted late Saturday night, April 14th. Just left the rally in Madison, Wisconsin. Turnout wasn't that great because the weather was just simply unbearable. We were there from, I got there just about 12:30 and the rally started at 1. And we left at 2:30 or right around there. Had a few speakers. Temperature was like 25 degrees. Cloudy, winds were almost up to 30 miles an hour, rain, and then we got snow on April 14th. But here's the Support Your Second Amendment rally in Madison, Wisconsin. They plan on doing a march in July. Date has not been set yet, but you can guarantee I'll be there. All right, if anybody watches this, I appreciate it. And if you leave a comment, appreciate that as well. Talk to you later.